So I have 5 classes here that will completely shred any enemy that comes in your path, and there's 3 of these classes on this list that I've never given you guys before, and these things are absolutely insane. These weapons are so much better than I ever gave them credit for, and a lot of this list includes SMGs and assault rifles, but there's also another weapon on here that will completely cause so much damage to those enemies they won't even know what's coming for them. So let's get into these top 5 overpowered classes. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. Today we're going to be talking about 5 classes that are so powerful that you won't even realize they're that good until you actually use them, and you're going to see that these things actually draw people like crazy. But before we get into the video, if you guys could drop a huge like, we're going to go for 1,500 likes on this video, and if you guys could subscribe with those notifications turned on, that would be amazing as well. And let me know your favorite weapon in the entire game down in the comments below. Mine is the MP5, but I'm interested in seeing what other people like as well, even if it's a shotgun or anything like that. Let me know down in the comments below. But let's get into this because these classes are insane, and the first one I want to give you guys is one that I never thought was actually so good, but you guys definitely need to use it, and that is the AK-47. The AK-47 is such a good gun that I didn't even want to, like, I don't know, man, I didn't even want to share this class. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't want to die to this weapon. I'm gonna give you the class anyways, and the gameplay that you guys are seeing, this thing is just crazy. All right, so the first thing you want to run is the Barrel Spetsnaz Elite. This gives you damage, range, and bullet velocity. It does take away some ADS speed, but don't even worry about it because we're going to make it so much better. And you could also choose between another barrel for this class because it still makes the gun good as well, and that is the 8.1-inch compact barrel, which gives you ADS speed and movement speed, taking away only bullet velocity and recoil control. Personally, my favorite one is the 8.1-inch compact over the Spetsnaz, but you guys could use either one. The laser is the 5MW laser for that hip fire accuracy and the super important sprint to fire speed, the most important attachment on this entire class. And the only thing wrong with this is the fact that your laser is visible. Over to the optic, you guys could use any optic you like, but just know the bigger the optic, the slower the ADS speed. So the optic I'm using, I switch between a bunch of them, to be quite honest with you guys, but I like the GI Mini Reflex. I think that's one of the best optics in the entire game. Next off, for the stock, you guys are gonna run the no stock. It's literally called no stock. This gives you movement speed and it gives you that ADS speed. We need the ADS speed because there's a lot of negatives to ADS within this class, so you definitely need to throw that on. It also gives you stability, aiming stability, and recoil control. And the last thing you want to throw on this class is the rear grip, this stippled grip tape. This gives you that ADS speed and this sprint to fire speed. Having 2 sprint to fire speeds on this class is really damn good, and that only takes away some aiming stability. Now let's move on to a second class here, and I want you to watch the gameplay of this, and that is the MP5. Just watch the gameplay in the background. This gun just shreds people. I think it is the most overpowered gun in the entire game, and if you guys aren't using the MP5 yet, do yourself a favor and make this exact class. So what you want to run for this one is going to be the laser, the TAC laser. This gives you ADS speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness, and the only negative is the fact that your laser is visible, which you don't even have to worry. I use the laser to attract enemies to come closer to me so I could drop them even faster. Next off, you want to run stock, which is going to be the Forged TAC Ultra Light. This gives you aim walking movement speed. Obviously with that, your aiming stability is going to be a little lower, so that is a negative, but the aim walking movement speed, you're going to be a hard target to hit. Definitely throw that on. The underbarrel, you want to run the Commando foregrip. This gives you recoil stabilization and that aiming stability that we just lost, taking away some movement speed, but it's an SMG, guys. The movement speed's not that important. The next one, and the super important one, is the ammunition. This is probably what makes this gun super good, and that is the 10mm auto 30-round mags. This gives you extra damage and it gives you extra range, so you can hit those people at those longer ranges. Now the only thing that is wrong with this one, the only negative, is that the fire rate is slower. Doesn't matter because the bullets are more powerful, and it gives you aiming recoil control, or it takes away aiming recoil control, I should say. But don't even worry about it, we don't care about that. Let's go on to the last attachment for this one, which is the rear grip, the stippled grip tape. I think every single gun on this top 5 has the stippled grip tape. This does give you ADS speed, and it gives you that super important sprint to fire speed, taking away some aiming stability. Going down to number 3 on the list, this is a gun that I just didn't want to use. I don't like semi-auto guns, but this is an assault rifle, and that is the FAL, the FAL, or the FAL, whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it, it is the FAL. And this gun, dude, once I started using it, it is insane. Now, I can't lie to you guys, the gameplay you're watching in the background is not the same as the exact same class that I'm going to give you guys, but that's because I figured this was the best gameplay I got with it, and I wasn't using many attachments to begin with. But guys, trust me, this class is insane. What you want for this one is the barrel 18-inch ultra light. This gives you ADS speed, and it only takes away some bullet velocity. Next off, you want to run the GI mini reflex, which takes away some ADS, but dude, this is the best optic to run for this gun. It's a small one, it's a fast one, you can aim down sights fast. Stock, you want to run the no stock for that movement speed and that ADS speed, obviously taking away some aiming stability and recoil control. For the underbarrel, super important, the commando foregrip for that recoil stabilization and aiming stability, taking away some movement speed. And the last one, guys, like I said earlier, it's going to be stippled grip tape to give you that sprint to fire speed, which is really important on this class, and ADS speed, only taking away some aiming stability. Now, I want to give you guys another MP7 class. I figured out another way to make the MP7 overpowered, and I think this is like my 4th class for the MP7. I just think the MP7 in general is a very overpowered class. Now guys, trust me, use this class. I think it's better than the last one I gave you guys. I'm going to do some more testing, some more playing and stuff, but it's a really good class. So for the barrel, you want to run the FSS Recon. It's a very good barrel, guys. Next off is going to be the laser, the 5MW laser, which gives you hip fire accuracy and sprint to fire speed, only making your laser visible. The stock, you want to run the Forge Attack Ultra Light. This one I like a lot because it gives you that aim walking movement speed, and it takes away some aiming stability, but the aim walking movement speed is really damn good on this class. It makes it super good. The underbarrel is going to be the commando foregrip for that recoil stabilization and that aiming stability. The reason we put this one on, you'll see for the next attachment, we needed another positive for aiming stability because we already have one negative. The next attachment's going to give us another negative towards it, so we really put this on for that stability, and it only takes away some movement speed. Now the rear grip, you want to run, like I said, stippled grip tape for that sprint to fire speed and ADS speed, and here's where it takes away a little more aiming stability, so definitely go ahead and run that. Now the last class on this list, guys, this might come as a shock to you, but it is a one-shot beast, and I think it's better than the MK2, and it's another tactical rifle that I think is better than all the snipers in the game, and that is the Car 98. What an insane gun. This gun, dude, I've died to this so many times, I just had to start using it and making my own class for it. So for this one right here, you want to run the barrel Sin Guards Custom 25.1 inch. Now there's 3 barrels to this that all give you extra damage, and this one gives you a lot of damage, and it doesn't take away some or much ADS speed. The bigger the barrel, yes, they do more damage, but your ADS speed is a lot worse, and I actually think the second option for the barrel is pretty weak on this one. So this one is the one you unlock right away for barrels, and I have to say it's really damn important to use. For the laser, you want to run the TAC laser to get that extra ADS speed, that extra aiming stability, and the aim walking steadiness. Obviously your laser is going to be visible. After that, you want to use the optic, and I say this optic right here because this is a very important one, and that is the APX5 holographic sight. It does take away some ADS, but it's very light, so you don't have to worry about your gun aiming in too slow, and I think it's just the best actual optic for this class. After, you want to run the stock, the hollow stock mod. This gives you aim walking movement speed, taking away some aiming stability, but when you're using big guns like this, that aim walking movement speed is super important, otherwise you're just a sitting duck. And for the last thing, the stippled grip tape. Obviously, guys, I've said it before, this gives you that super sprint to fire speed. I don't know why I just called it super sprint to fire speed. I meant super important, and it gives you that ADS speed, only taking away some aiming stability. So guys, that is the top 5 classes. Like I said, if you could let me know your favorite weapon in the entire game, even if it's the same as mine, which is the MP5, I would truly appreciate that. And guys, if you could drop a like on this video, we're gonna go for 1,500. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, with those notifications turned on. Guys, we are only 7,000 subscribers away from 500,000. That is insane, and I want to thank every single one of you guys. That is literally like, My mind's boggled right now. I don't even know what the heck is going on. I don't know where all you guys came from, but thank you for coming. But nonetheless, guys, thank you for watching this video. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.